So part two to living in my so-called enemy neighborhood. So living and it got to a point to where now I'm sitting, I'm chilling, and I want to go back to Compton, all that. I used to jump on a bike, and it was like an hour away on a bike, going back to the hood on a bike, hanging out, then riding the bike back all the way to motherfucking Cerritos, and I'm going from Cerritos to Compton on a bike. You feel me? And I don't know. I gotta look at see how far that is. But anyway, and I think I'm 17. Then around 18, I end up. I'm like, we hanging out, and I still gotta get my diploma. They wouldn't let me in the school because they said, well, shit, he about to be 18. When I was 17, he was like, well, he about to be 18, and they could be able to just bounce him out. So they put me in. I went to adult school. It was me and my cousin Fetty from 76 East Coast, and we both going to this adult school. And me and him, we used to ride the bikes. So he was at my auntie house too. So we used to ride the bikes together. Boom, boom, boom. We doing our shit. You know what I mean? I ended up getting my diploma. And, well, actually, I quit school and went to go work at McDonald's. Because it was like, I need money more than this motherfucking diploma. Fuck this diploma. I need money. And it's crazy because now we used to ride bikes to McDonald's. That's a whole nother story. But the job at McDonald's, like, really helped me. I remember one day sitting down after my big cousin got killed, because Big Slip ended up getting killed around the same time. And when Big Slip got killed, my mother had moved me out, and I moved with my aunt, my cousin first. I moved with her, and I was in like the Riverside County. Then from Riverside County, I ended up coming back. That's when I lived with my auntie. It was me and my OG uncle, OG Hartoon. We was out there, and we came back. And I remember walking up in my mama yard, and I'm still living in Palmer. Pulled that gate back, walked in the yard. It was my cousin OG Roscoe, original Grandies, my big cousin Nord, Muhammad Oak Crip, and my cousin 76 East Coast Looney Lil Looney. I walked right past them, and they all standing out there, and they looked at me. They already knew, homie. When I went, and I looked at them bullet holes through the windshield of my cousin's car, and that was it. It was like, I jumped on the phone, called the homies. They schooled me up. And you know what I mean? Anyway, but now I'm just like, fuck it. I'm in it. This shit, it is what it is. And I really didn't care about my life. You know what I mean? But seeing the way my family was hurt by the Big Slip death made me start to embrace my life a little more for the sake of them. I didn't care if I died. Like right now, I really don't even care if I go. But it's just my family. I don't want them to have to, because I could make life easier for them by giving them the fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? Or by me being able to go help and put in some work if they get into some problems. For me to be able to give my life, and I be that suicide bomber that go in life or death, like it don't even matter, for my family. So it's like, that's why I start caring. Now I'm back over there in Palmer. I'm living over there. I got my license now. McDonald's helped me get my license. This was me talking about around that time I started smoking weed, and I start reading through the Bible, and reading through the Bible kind of like I'm reading now, right? You feel me? And it's crazy. Proverbs and Psalms. It was just like, whoa, this shit was crazy to me. I'm high and I'm reading this shit. Like, man, quick to shed innocent blood. This is us. This shit talking about us. And I start finding like a church to go to. And trying to get this, and it feels something, it ain't quite right, but I'm in this church now. I'm going back to the city with a kind of a switch in mindset, you know what I mean? And I already had this switch in mindset. That around that time I go back with a switch in mindset. So, but I'm still in the hood, and I still got to play by the hood rules. I used to have to sneak home, homie. So let me speed some of this up. I used to have to sneak home. I had big 38 pistol on me that was blessed to me by my G uncle. None of the homies blessed me with a gun. Like, since you living over there, little homie, here go a gun. None of the homies, let me put that out there. None of the homies ever gave me a gun. Like, cause you living over there around the wooty woots. Well, let's give you this. Or here, you got a gun, little homie, and nobody asked me that. And nobody was like, hey, little homie, you don't need to be living over there. Come live with me. Nobody said that. Ain't nobody gave me the opportunity. Nobody in the hood. So when those things didn't happen, it gave me a different mindset, and I had a different perspective about the hood and the capabilities of the hood and the mindset of the hood, the direction of the hood go. The hood not organized in a fashion that it wanted to protect its members. It only cares about the members that's willing to go suicide bomb for it. And all my defense and my attacks switched from the hood. It was only in the hood when I was there, but when I'm gone, it's everything right here on Brazil Street. You know what I mean? Everything right here. So, and then not only that, I remember coming home and had to pass up my house because it was Palmer's hanging on the left side of my house. It was Palmer's hanging on the right side of my house. And at the corner, it was a little bitty block, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 houses on that block. And across the street, it was one on the corner, 2, 3, probably like 5 or 6, right? You know what I mean? So it was small, and they hung on a corner in the inside of a garage. I mean, that was they hangout. That street was they. I used to have to call my sisters and be like, "Hey, go see if they outside." You know what I mean? Or call my mamas. They outside hanging out. It's been times I was on my way home and I'm about to make a left. I used to call them by the time I get to Wilmington, I need to have them on the phone to know if they out or not. You feel me? And I used to turn down Dwight and had to make a hurry. I was on the 900 side. Or sometime my uncles was telling me, "Look, the best thing for you to do is go out through the red rag side." He was like, "Go through the red rag. Don't drive through the red rags. Don't drive through the Palmers." So I had to start going through neighborhood Piru side, right? So now I'm riding through neighborhood Pirus, and they thought I was a Palmer. And then one day I'm on my blue and red Chuck shit. That was I'm gonna have to do a whole story on the blue and red Chuck shit, and that's how I got to start to know them. But let me get to the moral of the story. I learned how that no matter, even if when I was outside, when I took out the trash, I had the gun on me. When I cut the grass, I had the gun on me. When I was washing my car, I had the gun on me. And it got to a point, I remember one time the young Palmers, the cats that grew up to be Palmers, they TGs. I was out there, them was my little homies. I used to run football games with them. They grew up with me. So when they TGs grew up and started gangbanging, it was Palmers, they had a certain amount of love. And then they started hanging out because one of them was talking to my niece, and them was his homeboys, and they hung out at my house, and we fed them and everything. They chilling, what's up, whatever. They lift weights with me, all that. I became like they big homie. They knew where I was from. They heard they homeboys talk about me, and they got to meet me themselves. You know what I mean? And the one next door, Knight Rider, was living next door to me. He really didn't say nothing to me. And Phantom was on this other side. Man, Phantom chopped it up. Big Phantom was locked up. And we was chopping it. Baby Dre was one of the first ones that actually chopped it up with me. We talked man to man. Right now, today, me and Lil Dre got conversation. Lil Dre from 900 Palmer, you know what I mean? Got conversations with each other. You feel me? One of the Palmers hit me. And matter of fact, Chris, rest in peace, you know what I mean? He had sickle cell. Good brother, homie Marvin. Another good brother, one of their G. I don't even know Marvin's name from over there. Another G from over there, Donald. Donald was one of the ones that come to find out Marvin was his uncle, homie. Marvin got killed I think he was on a bike. And it was somebody else. I don't know how the fuck Marvin got killed or how that happened. But that was fucked up. That was a good dude, real good dude. But I learned to change my strategy because I knew that this little 6-shot revolver that I'm going to shoot ain't going to be enough for me to fend off. And after I shoot these shots, am I going to be able to hold down this and where I'm going to get my reloads at? And then am I going to be able to shoot over the gate at this motherfucker, You know what I mean? And they never broke in my house. They never shot my car up. You know what I mean? They did. They disrespected. One time, the Palmers and the Tanners caught me slipping. And I had a deuce 5 on me at this time and a knife at the Compton Library. I reached in my pocket. I was about to pull a deuce 5 out, and I was like, cuz, if I shoot these motherfuckers, I'm going to have to fight this war at home. I dropped it, and I ran, cuz. I was like, man, let me get the fuck up out of here. Well, boy swung. He swung too. I ducked, missed, hit him in the chest, bagged him up, and bam, and I got on. And I was thinking, like, I got to get up out of here. And for me to be able to tell these stories, homie, and be here, that now as Palmers, they got major respect for me, and I got major respect for them. You know what I mean? As homies that see that it's possible. You feel me? I just had to change my strategy from muscle to thought. When you learn how to fight without a gun, you learn how to fight a whole different war. And I learned that a lot of it is mental strategy. I come from a place where black folks kill black folks. Living down in the South, I see the white and black racism, but my war still fighting a war of blacks and us fighting each other. So I fight a war for black against black to get black back black. And that's the story, homie. It changed the way I view us in these wars and us fighting each other in my tactics. I still got guns and carry my gun, but I could get into fist fights. I could lose that fight and not reach for my gun. I don't want to see. I don't give a fuck if you hate the hood. I don't want to see you die. But when you come through busting at me, I want to see you die. I don't care if you don't like black people. You know what I mean? I don't want to see you die. But if you come through trying to harm me or my family, I want to see you die. So it's just the truth. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm not the type to go attack first. You dig? And if it's over money, I'd rather let it go. You take that money. I just pay for you never to fuck with me again. We not on that type of business. I just changed the way I deal with people as things go, and I found it to work better that way. You know what I mean? You said some foul shit. You know what? It's cool. I don't need to say nothing back. I just don't deal with you. We don't have those conversations. And when we don't have those conversations, I notice that we get along a lot better. You dig? So I changed me. And when I changed me, my world changed. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, let's like, can we really start to organize in this fashion, in this way? You know what I mean? Can we do this? It's us. We are people, right? You dig? And we have to handle things within our race before we try to handle things across race. Every race have to handle their own things. I can't be a black man talking about what white folks should do, and we doing what I say they should be doing, right? So the Africans have to handle African business and get Africans right. And I'm gonna talk about this on my next video. I'm gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk race on the next video because that's a tough conversation that gotta be had. But y'all stay safe. I'm out of here. I just want to put that out there real quick and how I had to change my strategy. And hopefully it can help you change yours. All right.